I'll make a list of games I'm looking forward to coming out in 2025, from the least to the most. Last on the list is Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. This game wouldn't be a game normally I looking forward to, but I loved it when I saw it as a kid, because it was a Star Wars game that I saw as a Star Wars fan. It was first game I remember when I was a kid I saw. It excited me because seeing the characters playing with lightsabers, but I remember it wasn't very popular and successful game back that time. Sniper Elite Resistance. Sniper Elite series actually, it's like the Yakuza series. It's a game that comes out every year and it's still starting to transform. But when you look at it, I don't see any innovation, any new things too much. But you can see the Sniper Elite's atmosphere in many other games. That's why I got my list. I don't know if I'll play it as soon as it comes out, but I'll give it a chance in the series. At this point of the list, I will talk about two survival games. One of them is Ark 2. It is one of the idiosyncrasy game. I bought it already. I will follow what kind of impact it has on the industry when it comes out. Ark is a very popular game, you already know. Will that popularity continue with Ark 2? I'm not sure. What they added, etc. You need to follow for that. The other one is Dune Awakening. The Dune series has already risen again due to movies and books, has become popular and popular. Dune Awakening also looks like a good survival game. I mean, I like the videos I watched and the scenes I saw. I think the atmosphere of the Dune is also suitable for making survival game like this. So if they do a good job, this will be a project that will make a big splash. Before we move to the next game, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stellar Blade. PC version will be released in 2025. When the PC version is released, I want to give another chance, to be honest. And I think the modders will probably have a good time to create new mods. I think this game will be shared after it is released. Marvel Spider-Man 2. I played it on PlayStation 5 and I enjoyed it. I think I'll give another chance when the PC version comes out. It's going to be extra good year for the PC owners, as you can see. Ark Raiders is also coming this year. I feel this game will be postponed to 2026 in some way. I honestly think so. Maybe it's because they didn't share it much with us, but I'm not sure. This game has been a game that has made a big impact since it was first announced. It looks very impressive visually. In fact, you can think of it as an online game. There's no story mode or anything like that. But I wonder how it will affect industry, because the ones who made the finals was also a very controversial game in the beta process. The players were impressed with the destructibility of the environment, but I haven't seen anyone talking about it too much after it came out. I saw that the game reached serious player numbers, but I guess it couldn't make the expected hit. It doesn't seem like a game that's on the agenda right now, but I think the production team is the one who did it. Producers showed with finals how quality work they can do. There are debatable aspects of the game, I accept that, but at least we believe they can do a bad job. I wonder if they can do better or go beyond that. I want to follow this game for these topics. In Zoe. I don't have a big passion for this kind of life simulation games, but actually what is coming something really big. After years, I see a game that aims to compete with The Sims and it looks very good visually. If they can give people a really optimized technical level, it might be a game that will really make a name for itself for future. Borderlands 4. I haven't played any Borderlands games before. Borderlands 4 actually FPS games, so I am a person who likes first-person shooter games, but since it has a loot-focused gameplay, it usually puts me off. It's a game that loses along the way. Still, I like to give it a chance this time because it's a game that pays attention to storytelling. I mean, it's not a game that throws away storytelling or anything like that. So when it comes out this year, I'll sit right down and see what it's like. Rematch. It's a brand new online game from the producers of Sifu. It is a 5 vs 5 football action game. The concept is interesting, but I wonder if it will be a game that can last in the industry for a long time. When some people see the trailer, they say, is it rival of the Rocket League or something like that? But I think it will be a very different game compared to the Rocket League. I hope it will be a good for the producer, but I wish these guys would make a game with a story like this. Sifu going online now, I'm not sure about this actually. I hope the story stays somewhere good. The Altars. This is a game from the producers of Frostpunk. It actually has a very interesting plot. Imagine a person who clones himself to survive and clones are in danger. I don't want to say spaceship, but you live in a place similar to that and try to survive. In fact, each other reveals a different characteristic of you and different element of you. Let me give you a very rough example. For example, while one of your subject is making peace with his past, your other subject is regretting something he did in his past. He becomes a more depressive character, but they are all you in a sense, and it is necessary to live together with all these characters. Struggle together and collect things, etc. I think it is a very interesting concept. And when you consider that team that made Frostbank, how will they handle this concept more or less like this? You can imagine it will be probably a very big game. So it could be a game that will make a mark in this year. Atomfall is a first-person shooter game that draws a lot of attention in terms of atmosphere. Actually, there is something in the videos they released. The game is very crude. For example, here the enemy is stabbing you with a knife, etc. You can't see any reaction. Of course, a robotic one maybe. That's why it doesn't react. There's a rawness in general. It's very similar to Atomic Heart that came out in the past years in terms of ambience and atmosphere, and they are about a similar period and settings. But I hope the Atomfall managed to be a better game than that. But if you like this kind of story-driven first-person shooter game, you are looking for this kind of game like me, you don't have many options anyway, so it will be useful to put Atomfall on the list. Doom: The Dark Ages. It's another FPS game now. Doom: The Dark Ages will be released this year. I don't think they will make Doom any bad. I have only one problem. I'm talking about the last Doom game, Doom Eternal. I was very tired when I played this game at the first time because of very high dose of action, but I realized that I can't follow too much action sometimes, so I am curious about Doom Dark Ages. I mean, I wonder if my enjoyment will increase. I thought, is it my problem or is it something natural that appeals to me? I want to see that. That's why it's on my list. It's here. I am sure they won't do anything bad to it, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. The Outer Worlds 2, one of the RPG games that I didn't like the first one. In fact, I love Obsidian games mostly. This is usually one of the RPG games that I enjoy playing when Obsidian does something, but I couldn't find that what I was expecting in Outer Worlds in the first game. For some reason, I didn't like the world. It didn't draw me in very much. The game structure, etc. felt like an average game to me. But I think with the Outer Worlds 2, they will fix the shortcomings of the first game and take it to the better place. Evolved is another game that will be released at the beginning of this year. I had a feeling like this game looked very average since the first video was released. I couldn't enter the game much because everything seemed so average. But in the past few weeks, some people played the game for 3 to 4 hours and shared their opinions about the game. At that point, the people who played the game said that the role-playing parts were enjoyable. The action was a bit simple, but still. They said that it has enjoyable elements in its own way, and this is generally a good thing. Of course, I don't know how much it will pass for everyone when people play it and then get excited like that, but I am affected by such things like this. Frankly, I had experienced an example of this before when I was playing in Silent Hill 2, because it reminded me in my mind from there. I wasn't excited at all about Silent Hill game. Then the press played it. They said it's an amazing game. I was like, the press is exaggerating, but the game came out and it was really good, to be honest, so it had a similar effect about. I hope it will happen right now. I actually like to enter the game with low expectation, because when expectations are high, you end up ruining your dreams. Dispatch. I've been really tired of games like Telltales for many years. While I was saying I don't get into games, I think I'll end up playing games like Telltales again because I really like Dispatch. Visual is very enjoyable, the concept is very enjoyable. You are actually a person who answers calls at a police station that works in a call center. But what I mean by police station is, imagine a police station where superheroes work only. So here you are a guy who works in such a worn out way. There are a lot of strange looking superheroes around you and you are in the story of these and you yourself are trying to gain superhero powers again. I don't know, the trailer of the game is one of the rare games that attracts me. Dispatch was one of them actually. I will definitely check it out when it comes out. I hope they will release it well. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. It's one of the rare games that we know nothing about. We haven't seen any gameplay videos yet. The only thing we've seen about the game is actually a video that's like made an Unreal Engine 5 technology. It really showed the great features of Unreal Engine 5. I mean, if you got time, you should take a look at it. It's like they are shooting a movie according to the camera movements. There you can see the cinematics in the game. My biggest doubts about the game, first of all, the game has 4 playable heroes only. The game may come out with similar plot to the Avengers we saw before, but on the other hand, there is one element that makes me happy: the name behind the game. Amy Hennig, the person who created the Uncharted trilogy. And the fact that it is a game made with her vision makes me feel that the story side will somehow survive. But I have another fear. The source of money for the game, the financial publisher, is the Embraer Groups. It is a formation that has emerged and bought many companies. In the last 5 to 6 years, they have bought everyone. They bought all the brands. They bought Tomb Raider, they bought Deus Ex, they added important names on the team, etc. And the result is good. They couldn't get anything out of it. Then they slowly start buying and selling the things they had. It's not clear what kind of business going on right there. When you look from a distance, it's a formation that gives us a red alert. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game is delayed or cancelled or released in very bad situation.